two, one, rolling.
And welcome to the National Academic Finals here in Seagull. I'm sure you've heard this a lot this weekend, but congratulations to all of you. To the work you've done in helping your wonderful kids get to this point. This is it's nice to get Congratulations to all of you once again. This is the finals. We will have big trophies to award right after the game, but those will be in another conference room. So announce the top three, and you'll be able to go over to Orlando. And right afterward, there's going to be a big ceremony. Everybody's getting something. You're all prize winners, and I'm humbled and amazed by all of you, and all the things that I've seen, know, and do. Hope there's going to be a whole lot more. This is just fifth grade. You can keep playing this game forever if you want, until you look like me. Done a lot of this myself. But anyway, this is the finals. We're doing playoff scoring, as you probably heard. 2 power marks in each question. You get 6 points if you get it right before the first power mark, 5 if it's before the second, 4 if it's before the end of the question, and 3 if it's after the end of the question. But on the negative side of that, if you answer wrong before the end of the question, that's -2. And if you answer wrong after the end of the question, that's -1. So every buzz is going to change your score. So if you get it right, you get points. Get it wrong, you lose points. That's the rules. Just focus on one question at a time, as I'm sure you know.
And it's out on 40 points.
That's right.
Okay, let's do a buzzer check.
Our players deserve to be recognized by name too. On this side, we have Ajay Angari, Abi Thakur, Subir Rawat, and on this side, Upperman Ramanujan, Chingling Wang, and Tanish Kumar Mukesh Kumar. Hope I've got that more or less correct. If anybody's name is not pronounced right, please let me know because I want to get it right. All right, if everybody is psyched and ready to play some academic B, let's just go ahead. My name is Brian. I'm your moderator. I live here in Orlando. Raven is going to be doing the electronic scorekeeping. John is doing the paper scorekeeping, and we've got Sarah keeping a live board here. We're going to do a lot of score checks just to make sure everybody is right and we've all got the same number because we need to get it right, obviously. And if everybody is ready, I've got the indication here to please start the round. So let's do just that. Let me make the window a little bit bigger. Here we are with toss-up number 1 in the academic B finals. Clay examples of these animals that come to light are the subject of a Crystal Lacey series, whose title Lost example is named Gawain. Thorn and Glader are examples of these creatures from Christopher Paoli's The Inheritance. Dragons is correct for 6. And that is for Chingling. Okay.
Chain.
I'm sorry?
Chain.
Chingling? Chain? Okay. I was going by what's that. Chain. Okay. We got it. Okay, we're good. Okay. Question 2. In this author's book, 7th grade, a boy wants to look nice so he can impress a girl at school, but he finds out that being kind is more important.
Spinelli.
Sorry, that's incorrect. In another book by this author, a boy feels guilty after stealing a pie. Many of this author's stories, such as Buried Onions, depict the everyday lives of Mexican-American children. Also incorrect. -2 for both of you, I'm sorry. For the points, name this children's author of Baseball in April and A Fire in My Hands. Sorry, time, that's Gary Soto. Okay, brush it off. Next question. 3. In his childhood, this monarch was confronted by an anti-tax rebellion called the Fronde, leading him to centralize Louis XIV for 6 for Upperman. Keep going. Okay, already? 4. This country's center is occupied by the Bié Plateau, which is the source of the Kwanzaa River, as well as the homeland of its Ofingundu people. This country displays a cogwheel and machete. Angola is correct for 6 for upper hand. 5. J.J. Thomson explored the composition of canal rays by channeling streams of this element's ions through a magnetic and an electric field. In 2014, the price of this element jumped by 600%. Incorrect. After the Russian annexation of Crimea, and the red version of this element is pardon? Sorry, incorrect. Also, negative. The only type that is actually contained in its namesake lighting. 4 the points identify this second lightest noble gas, which is located just. Sorry, also -2, it's neon. The next, and we go to the next question.
Give the answer.
The answer was neon. Okay. Okay, 6. This layer of the atmosphere is where equatorial zonal wind undergoes oscillations in quasi-biennial oscillations. Westerly winds slow in the polar vortex, which is then followed by sudden warmth of this layer. Ultraviolet radiation. The stratosphere is correct. The answer for 5. Good job. And that is for Ida. I'm sorry. No. I ask people to speak up. Congratulations. Okay. 7. This man was executed after a trial in which he was found guilty of murder during the War of the Two Brothers. This man committed that murder to succeed his father, Huayna Capac. This man was captured in the Battle of Cajamarca. That is correct. 4 5. Great job, upper man. 8. We'll do a score check after 10, by the way. 8. The final movement of a symphony with this nickname includes the theme C, D, F, E, and ends with a 5-voice fugato. A movement with this name, adapted into the tune for Taxidid, was later made into the melody for I Vow to Thee, My Country. A symphony with this celestial nickname, incorrect, sorry, Nocturne, was preceded by the great G minor symphony and is the final one by Mozart. Right? Sorry, incorrect. Nocturne. For the prince named this planet that is called the bringer of jollity and is sweet by Gustav Holst. Jupiter is correct for 3. And that goes to Superior. I'm sorry. My apologies. Okay, I've got the window big enough that is covering the names. 9. This artist's painting mural is owned by the University of Iowa Museum of Art and was commissioned by Peggy Guggenheim. Australian Prime Minister Gough Whitlam approved the purchase of one of this artist's work, which was Blue Poles. Alfonso Osorio purchased a work of art created by this man, which used liquid paints. Jackson Pollock is correct for 5 for Ching-Ling. I'm sorry, yeah, that is in small print. Ching-Ching, my apologies. Okay. Ching-Ching. 10, and then a score check. This river's estuary contains an island, Ladrones, which is part of the Lanchan archipelago. This river forms from 3 rivers known as Xi, Bei, and the Pearl River. The Pearl River is correct for 6 for Ching-Ching. And that is 10 questions in.
Alright, so right now we have Adjo with 0, Abi with 4 points, Subir with 0, Akramayan with 15, Queen Jing with 13, and Tanish Kumar with -4.
Sound right to everybody? It's been a mission. I hope everybody's been able to take a moment during this just to let all the sights and sounds soak in, record those memories, because this is a big deal, and you're going to remember this the rest of your life. We'll all try to help you remember it fondly. Okay, back to the game. Let's go to question 11. Kelvin and Benson elucidated this process's dark reactions using radioactive carbon-14. Photosynthesis is correct for 6 for the man. This co-founder of the Niagara movement wrote Black Reconstruction in America. This thinker popularized the phrase called the color line and described double consciousness. This author of an essay called The Talented Tenth opposed the Atlanta Compromise of Booker T. Washington. For the points, name this African American civil rights activist who authored The Souls of Black Folk. That is correct for 3 for Upperman. 13. The Republic of Exo followed this regime and restricted voting to a warrior caste. Feudal lords were forced by this regime to move residents between their own domains and the national capital each year in a policy called alternate attendance. This anti-Christian regime used an isolationist. Sorry, that's incorrect. Used an isolationist policy known as Sakoku prior to the arrival of Matthew Perry's fleet. That is it, and that is 5 points for Mayan. Yes, Upperman, you're at 29. Next point will get you to
40.
Long way to go. Okay. Gee, this place was completely destroyed by the traitorous King Mark of Portugal following the Battle of Camlan. This place was home to a vacant chair called Morgan who sat in it. A knight sent by Morgan Le Fay arrives at this place on Christmas Day. Camelot is correct, and then 5 points for Ivan. 15. This puzzle can be solved using Gray codes, and a generalization of this puzzle can be solved by the Frame-Stewart algorithm. The solution to this puzzle, which can be solved using a recursive procedure, right? Tower if I know it is correct. For 5 points for Tanish. Okay, 16. This country's petroleum production recently skyrocketed with the discovery of the Stabroek Block. This country's green flag displays a red triangle superimposed on a larger yellow triangle. This country disputes its western half. That is it for 5 points for Upper Mayan. That gets you to 32. 17. One character written by this author defends his sister Kate from Mulberry Hawk, friend of their wealthy but cruel uncle Ralph. This author created Nicholas Nickleby. Dickens is correct for 5. Okay, great job again. 18. This person's commentariolus briefly outlined theories, including that equal motion should be measured not by the equinoxes, but by the fixed stars. This person triggered a namesake revolution when his On the Revolutions of the Heavenly Spheres. Copernicus is correct for 5 for Upperman. Okay, 19. This program was effectively controlled by Harry Hopkins. Massachusetts Representative John W. McCormick steered this program through Congress. This program was defended in the Arsenal of Democracy installment of the Fireside Chat. Sorry, that's negative. That Franklin D. Roosevelt initiated, worth of points, one program that permitted. Sorry, incorrect. 2. Sorry, that's also -2. And that is 3 next. It's Lend-Lease. Okay. Next question. 20. Thalia's fear of heights causes her to accidentally scorch large parts of New England when this individual let her drive his chariot. Although he was listening to his iPod at the time, sorry, that is incorrect too. This deity gave her subject. Apollo is correct with 5 for great job. Gotta read that. That was question 20, Scorcher.
All right, so right now we have Adia with 5, Avi with 10, Severe with 0, Akamai with 35, Qing Jing with 9, and Tanisha Kumar with 1.
Oh, good. Okay. Still a lot of questions to go here. And here is number 21. These features produce volcanogenic massive sulfide ore deposits. Some creatures living in these features. That's 6 points for you. That's a great job out. Yeah. 22. This god sent his son Jayanta to retrieve a nectar pot after he failed to stop Garuda from stealing it. This god's bejeweled net lies atop his dwelling on Mount Meru. Sorry, incorrect, Nick, too. And he battles a multi-headed serpent with his vajra. Sorry, Nick, too. Representing lightning bolts. For the points, name this Hindu storm god and king of Indra is correct, and that is 4.
One more. One.
Okay. All right. Okay, upper man, you're at 39. Next point will make you the winner. Well, we will read all 30 questions. Next one is 23. This artist's techniques were roundly rejected by painters like William Goldman Hunt and John Everett Millais, who were part of a pre-this artist brotherhood. This painter was commissioned by Pope Julius II to create a fresco, which depicts scientists like Pythagoras and Archimedes. Raphael is correct, and that is 5 points for Subir. Say Raphael like brother. 24. A never completed instance of these machines was supposed to be located in Waxahachie and was canceled after around $2 billion were spent. The circular version of these machines discovered the top quark at Fermi.
Nuclear fusion reactor.
Sorry, Nick, too. Yes, you can accept that. That is 5 points for James. Okay. 25. This man led the Bucktails, a group of New York Democratic Republicans who opposed Dwight Clinton, and he gained political prominence by aligning himself against the Calhouns in the Petticoat affair. The phrase "okay" popularized. That is 5 points for you, Avi. Okay. 25, we are still having upper man right on the edge at 39, but 5 questions to go. One character in this work gains a staff that can shrink or grow and is imprisoned.
Journey to the West.
You got it.
Yeah, I did.
We got more questions to go, and there will be more congratulations to go later. Okay, good time for sports show.
All right, so right now we have Aju with 9, Avi with 11, Suvir with 5, Quingjing with 14, Tanish with -1, and Apermayan, you just took the champion.
Okay, remember there's second and third place trophies coming up too, and that'll be in Orlando N right after this. Large flags. There's flags for everyone. You're all winners, almighty. All right. Well, compared to your size, yeah, they're dead. Here. We have 4 more questions to go to settle who gets the other big trophies here. 27. Andreas Sigismund Margraf oversaw the earliest isolation of this molecule from raisins. A hemoglobin A1C test measures the level of control of this molecule. Sorry, that's Nick. HFCS is sometimes named the isoform of this molecule, which is the most abundant of the monosaccharides. Diabetes is caused by
Glucose.
Glucose is correct, and that is 5 points for you. Job again. 28. Major regions of this highland area include the Saint Francois Mountains and the Boston Mountains. This highland area contains an eponymous lake which lies in the Osage River, and it is also home to the Mark Twain National Forest. This highland area, home to the resort town of Branson, includes the east.
Colors.
I'm sorry, that's negative. For the points of Oklahoma. For the points, name this plateau region in southern Missouri and northern Arkansas. time. That's the Ozark Mountains. 2 more questions to go. We haven't settled this yet. Okay, 29. One character in this musical asks, "Did you hear the news about good old General Mercer?" That song, "The Room Where It Happens." You got it, and that is 6 points. Yeah. We're not done yet. 1 more to go. Question 30. The U.S. Embassy in this country's capital was formed in 1983, and its constitution notably provides that its president must be a Maronite Christian, and its prime minister be Sunni Muslim. This country, whose cedars were once used for shipbuilding, Lebanon is correct for 5 points for you, Ching. And let's hear the final scores from Raven.
All right, so we have Upper Line who took first place. In second, we have Audrey
You
with
live
20
so you-
points. Team. Okay, fourth, we have Avi with 9. Tanish Kumar with -1. You should be extremely proud of yourself. You are the top 6 in the country.
It's all done.
Even not
Oh, sorry. Oh, that's just so beautiful. That's fire. Congratulations.
Oh, I don't have that info.
Oh, okay, fine. Thank
check,
you.
check this out.
Huh? Oh, okay.